Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an updated video. I've noticed that when I click on my, if you have a YouTube channel, you can kind of click on to see the most recent videos that you post, which is generally how I set my videos up, most recent. But sometimes you can click on to most popular. One of my most popular videos that I have ever done on this channel in almost, 4.5 years almost, is my wax melters rundown, show you what I have, sort of chat a little bit about them. So today I have my melters. I had a casual day today. I knew it too. It was like I knew it. I saw it happening in my head like 20 minutes before it happened. And then it happened. I dropped one of my plates, so I will have to go to Walmart, which I'll explain which one it is. I'm hoping to find the exact same one in Walmart again, because it kind of goes with my aesthetics in one of my rooms. Anyway, but I also posted on my Instagram as well, asking you guys if you had any questions for me about like melting wax or candles or what have you. So we'll do those at the very end. I have a few questions. If you haven't already joined in with us on my Instagram, it's always linked below, down below. Anyway, as far as wax melters, there are so many different types of wax melters out there. There are the electric versions, like the plug-in ones, the warmers that I have. Actually, all of mine are electric. Some use tea light warmers, which really just the tea light will heat up the melter or the melt that you have above. There are, there's so many different warmers. I'm trying to think of all the different ones. Tea light, electric, and then something I haven't heard a lot about in the last while, but my gosh, it was like super popular, were candle crocks. And that's not to do with wax melts, but per se, it was to do with a type of way to throw your wax. Mainly it was, a lot of times people were using it for Yankee candles because they were having such a difficult time getting a scent throw from Yankee Candle. So by putting it inside one of these crocks, which you can Google it, I do not own one, what it does is it heats down, sorry about my nails, two of them fell off. Anyway, it heats the candle down within this crock, still in its jar, but slowly over time, the whole thing melts right down. The scent does tend to throw. Most everybody who had or has a candle crock loves it because it throws like crazy. And you can melt that sucker until you're done with it, or until the scent is no longer there. I don't have one. I just, at that point in time when those got popular, I really was more on like 80% wax melts versus candle burning, which again, like I said, a lot of people were using those candle crocks for candles that they were burning and didn't get much of a throw, but when they put them on these crocks, it did really, really well. So I can't really speak to a candle crock. I can't really speak to a candle wax melt warmer that is a tea light either. I don't have one. I'm trying to do my best. I'm really trying to limit my burning for sitting reasons. Like we moved into this condo, but I've got a bit of, you guys saw, like if you watched my haul lately, you guys saw that I bought some. So it's not like I don't buy candles, but the majority of my candles, if I really love it, it will get chopped up. And there's a video on that, so please look up don't ask me anything about my chopped candles because that's on a playlist. So, and I answer that question so often. So just please do some research and look at mine or other people's wax cutting, like candle cutting videos. Anyway, but we're talking about wax warmers. I don't own any Scentsy. I'm not part of Scentsy or any of those other companies. What I'm going to show you, all of these are from Walmart. Very accessible, very inexpensive compared. Maybe a little less creative because such is not so expensive. And I have one warmer from Bath & Body Works, which I covet because I really don't see their warmer listed on Bath & Body Works often. All these warmers, let me see. I've got one broke. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them out of 6 have little light bulbs in them, of which you can, and I'll show you guys in a sec, you can get those replacements at Walmart. But 2 of them are actual hot plates. So you could, in essence, and I'll show you in a minute, put a candle on top and do the whole candle crock thing, except the candle's not being surrounded by the crock. But you can put it on the hot plate. A lot of these range in wattage between 15 and generally 25 watts is the highest. Everyone's home AC, like their air, has a lot to do with it. Their room structure, whether you open concept or not, has a lot to do with throw. The brand of wax has a lot to do with the throw, but the wattage too. The higher the wattage that your melter has, the quicker the scent will burn off, because it is hotter, and the scent will burn off a lot faster than if you were doing a 15 watt. But there are some different types of wax that doesn't do the greatest when it comes to a 15 watt. They need the hotter plate, or some the opposite. So it's one of those, you got to play with it, figure out what works for you and your home and your whole circumstance. But for me, I generally have, like I said, 4 out of 6 right now, one of them's broken, have light bulbs in them. But we're gonna go on to the one that I was gifted first. Okay, so I have 2 of these. I'll tell you exactly where I put this. This one here, I think is Wilbert. Is it Wilbert the pig? Ramona sent to me. And this is, I believe, from Walmart, and he's so cute. I have this one in my bedroom. And what it is it's one of these little melters. You plug it into a plug in your whatever room you want. There's a light bulb, and again, you can get these light bulb replacements at Walmart. Pretty much wherever you find these wax melters, and I've got more to show you, you can generally find these little light bulbs, and they come in different sizes and different wattages. You just have to pay attention to what it says for wattage at the max. Generally these ones are about 15, so because it's just a small little piece. This one only holds like 1 cube from, say, Super Tarts, or a couple mini melters from Rose Girls, or like a 1/6 of a melt from Rainbow Melts, things like that. You can kind of get the gist. It's kind of shallow versus the one I'm about to show you. And this basically plugs into the wall. It's because it's shaped like so. You've got the little peg on either side, and you can see here. So this just kind of fits like so and turns, and it sits in your wall. So these ones, I just like to put them in a place where no one's gonna touch it, no one's gonna get too close to it, because you don't want somebody to bump this and the wax somehow jiggle out and fall. That's horrible. But this one is in my bedroom. Now the other one that I have here does the same thing, is this one here, also from Walmart, also a plug-in. Same thing, same bottom. You go like so and turn, and it locks. But this one in particular, it can hold up to 2 cubes from, say, Super Tarts, or a 1/3 of a big wax melt from Rainbow Melts, and just mini melters. I could probably put 4 good cube size in here. So again, I don't need much. Most of my wax that I know now, I don't need a lot to get a good throw. But I'm just sort of showing you it's really hard to see, but this one's more shallow than this one here. So it just sort of gives you an idea. I can definitely get more in this one here than I can in this little wee one. So again, Walmart, very inexpensive. But again, with these ones that hold up into the wall, I try to put it in like a bathroom where, say, that's not next to the towel you want to dry your hands with, so it doesn't possibly fall all over the floor. Let's go on to, we'll continue on with the bulbed ones. So those 2 are 15 watts. This one is a 25 watt maximum. This little guy here, oh my God, I broke his bowl. I broke his dish, and you can see this light bulb is a lot different. This light is quite large. See it as I take forever to spin this out. This one's quite large of a bulb compared to the other 2. This is a 25 watt max, where the other ones were 15. I dropped, like I said, when I was getting things ready and moving them here, I had this thought, I had this vision, if you will, that I was gonna break something today, and I totally, like 15 minutes later, I smashed it all over the floor. So this is what I'm hoping to find at Walmart. This is where I picked it up at Walmart. Now the difference between this one here is there was a plate, sort of like so, that would go on top here. You place your wax melt on there. But rather, those other ones were plug-in ones in a wall that you just clicked. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. There was a little click down below on this little one here, on off. That's how those ones work. But this one here is a plug-in, so you can, again, I would never put a wax melter near where a cat would jump up, where a dog's tail might wag. Because trust me, based on experience, it sucks to clean up wax that has gone everywhere. Experienced person right here. This one I've just, I've shortened it up a bit. It plugs in, and it has it just was an on-off dial switch, which is great. Now with that light bulb, it lights up, so you know it's on when the light bulb is shining, and you can see the light through the bottom because the plate would be on top. This holds quite a bit. I'd say out of the ones I'm about to show you, this one and 3 others, this one has the least amount of space in the bowl. Again, you don't have to fill up your bowls. A lot of times, less is more with wax. You don't want to drown your dish with wax. But that's just been my own opinion and my own experience. So this is what was in my bathroom. I am going to go to Walmart. Walmart to me is the most, now they may not have the most fancy. I try to not, when it comes to wax warmers, buy seasonal ones because I have very little storage where I am right now. And also too, they can be very cumbersome and you need a lot of space, and they're normally quite delicate, the wax melters. So I don't want to buy a whole bunch of seasonal ones. I already have enough seasonal candle things that I bring up and that kind of thing. So I like the, you know, I like the nondescript, non-seasonal style. Like I love this owl because I do love owls. I got a lot of owl things in my bathroom. I'm really hoping to find this. I think those little ones, like these ones on average in Canadian dollars, therefore less than American, are about $12, $13. This is about $20, $22 Canadian. So that, again, a lot less in American dollars. So this is one of my favorites, one of the first ones that I bought, but I've destroyed it. Story of my life. All right, let's go to the other one here. Actually, I'll just do the light bulb one. The last light bulb sorry guys. The last light bulb one I have, I'm just gonna set that down because I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. It's probably my best looking fancy wax melter. It again has that light bulb there. Sorry, it's a little dirty down there, but it has a light bulb. It's a 25 watt. It is from Bath & Body Works. Now, Bath & Body Works sold these originally just like so. Now, again, there's some schmut on there, but they sold it like so. It plugs in just like the last one I showed you. It clicks on just like I showed you before. But the Bath & Body Works, they kind of have this and maybe one sleeve. But when they first started doing this and they first started selling wax melts, which is essentially just a smaller amount of their actual candle, they were really selling a lot of these with the different sleeves. And I was like, oh, I could do the seasonal sleeves because these ones are a lot easier to store than like big fancy wax melters. Anyway, I got to this one. It's a beautiful rose gold. I love the rose gold. I love the flowers. It's very glittery. And when the dish on top sits like so, and you turn and you click this little thing here, and this turns on. It's beautiful and it's lit and it's glowy. Not for a bedroom, especially if you want to melt when you're going to sleep, unless you like light in your room. Because this one I did have at first. I'm like, oh my God, I can't go to sleep. It's so bright, but it's beautiful in my living room. So this glass, you can see I have cleaned these out as best I can. This is old glitter. I can't get this out anymore. I've done pretty much everything I could possibly do. It is what it is, right? So this one can hold quite a bit more. I say, you know, it's quite a deep bowl there, deep dish. So I really love this Bath & Body Works one, but I don't think that they really make them like they used to. And really, they still try to sell their wax melts, which I think is where they were trying to start to go with this. They probably saw all of us loving our wax melts, going, ooh, well, we already make candles. Let's make these wax melts. But they're so effing expensive. So expensive. Like I can chop off a Bath & Body Works candle, which is pretty much the same thing that they're doing, but putting it and pouring it into a wax little thing like this and charging an arm and a leg, even with a discount. Even with a sale or anything like that, it's very expensive. Anyway, that's my little gripe on that one. All right, so let's go on to just electric ones. This one I actually bought for Nelson for his part of his Christmas gift. This is what you would call a hot plate. So it still plugs in, it still turns on like so, and when you turn this on, there's a little light on this one right here that will shine just a nice like muted red, so you know it's on. So this is what you'd say a hot plate. This candle can fit on, not a 3-wick candle, but a small, say, single-wick Yankee candle. Candle could probably fit on here, jar, that kind of thing. And it would warms it up. And what this does is this warms up the plate that came with it above, like so. And this is the biggest dish I have. This will hold the most wax ever, but I don't need that. This is quite a hot one. This is a, oh goodness, I think it is a 25 watt as well. I got this again at Walmart. A nondescript, you know, seasonal type warmer. I love it. It's just in a lovely off-white color, and I just turn that little red button so I don't see it wherever I put it, right? So this is really, really great. So that is an electric warmer with no light bulb. And I have one other one. So exactly the same as I just showed you, just a slightly different style. Again, there's the hot plate that this will go onto. This holds, again, it's stained with glitter I can't get off. I literally, like I said, I've tried everything. There's this, and then you've got, it plugs in and turns on. Now this one's harder. There's no light to tell me that it's on or anything like that. You just kind of like gotta remember to click it on or click it off. You can tell obviously within time if it's melting or if it's not melting, but if you're running out the door or whatever, you want to turn it off. This was a 13 watt. So this was a slower melter, this one. So anyway, that's that. So that's all of the melters I have. How I dispose of wax melts myself, everyone's different. For the love of Pete, I do not enjoy scuba bowls. I find they're very, very messy. They take more of an effort. Like I get that people love to do cotton or they do hot dumping or whatever, but then I feel like the cotton's a waste. I've wasted a whole bunch of cotton. I don't know what to say, because some people will, while this is still melting and still on, they will go and they'll take a cotton and they'll dip it and they'll get the you know, cotton will saturate with the wax and then you throw it away. To me, there's just too much. Clearly, I had an accident today with a hot plate. So there's just too much room for error on my part. But I just prefer, what I normally do is I turn off all my wax melters, you know, about 20 minutes before I'm going to do something else here. I turn off all of them, so that allows them to come to room temperature to harden, right? And then once that's done, then I just take all of their tops, or I'll take this off of the little, you know, off of this, and I can take this whole thing. I can take this whole thing. The wax is still in there, but it's stuck onto the whatevers. And I'll put them in the freezer. And I put them in the freezer for maybe 10 minutes. And because of freezer will contract the wax, and then you take it out of the freezer and it literally just pops right out. That's how I have dealt with it. So many people do it different ways, and good on them. I have a dump cup, I have all these things, but it just seems like so much work where I can just turn them all off, and when I feel like it, stick them in the freezer for like 10 minutes and bring it back out, and Bob's your uncle, you're all done. So that's how I get rid of my wax out of the melters. Now, I have some questions from you guys that I posted on Instagram, kind of like, you guys have questions for me, so I'm gonna, Akama Iwana. Anyway, can you reuse wax? I don't understand why people freeze it to get rid of it or use cotton. Well, I just told you why it is. If you have a collection like myself and many, many others, you don't want to smell the same smell over and over and over again. So some people will use wax melts until there's no scent at all. I get bored. I change my wax out twice a day. I do morning melts and I do evening melts. Right now that I'm not working, I can do that. When I was working, I would only do morning melts on weekends and then evening melts every single day of the week. So I don't reuse the wax because I don't need to. You guys have seen my collection. All of my collections are now up on YouTube. So you guys probably know I have a lot. I don't need to reuse. But it's a great economical way, especially if you don't have a lot in your collection, but I do. And I know so many people who probably have more than I do. Crazy about candles. What is the one warmer you never got your hands on that you'd like to get? Really, to be honest with you, there is none, because I'm so nondescript. I don't want any seasonal warmer. I guess in essence, that Bath and Body Works warmer I was showing you earlier, I wish that they continue to make really cool sleeves on the outside. Cool meaning like my taste. I don't know. I'll know if I see it, if I like it, if I don't, right? I wish they would do a little bit more of that, because I really think that they have very handsome looking warmers, and I feel like you could do so much with those sleeves. And I prefer purchasing different sleeves than a whole new warmer, because there are definitely warmers out there. Like Scentsy has gorgeous warmers. But they're huge and they're elaborate. Like some of them are huge, some of them are small, but they're very big and they're very expensive. So, and you know, they're nice, but I just, unless they made one for rowers, I would probably buy one of those. But Taylor Xbel? Taylor Xbel. Do a Walmart wax haul and the warmer. Oh, well, I've done lots of Walmart wax hauls in the sense of showing you my collections. Unfortunately, here in Canada, we don't have the collections or the possibilities that you do in the States. We just have sensationals, and we have a few mainstays and a couple of Yankees once in a blue moon. But I really am so grateful and thankful to my friends in the States. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have more than half of what I do of the Walmart you can buy, or wax you can buy at Walmart, which is a collection video. I did a whole collection video on just the Walmart, or the wax that you can purchase at Walmart from different brands. So as much as I'd love to do a haul, that would be like 4 things and pretty boring. So sorry. Amy Joy 1 Melting Point. What is your favorite warmer and why? I'd say the Bath & Body Works one. Here, I'm going to show it again just because I've been talking about it. I just took this because I'll likely drop it. It's just because the glow that this gives when the light's on is gorgeous. This was my favorite, I believe, the last time I did this video a couple of years ago. I love the rose gold. I just wish I could get my hands on sleeves that I would like. I don't even, like I said, I won't know until I see them. So this is my favorite. I just feel that this just does really, really well. I love all my Walmart ones, but you know, they're just, you know, they're cool. They're cool. And obviously I have more of them because they're cheaper. Because that Bath & Body Works one, the warmer itself was $25. Now, of course, you always use coupons. The warmer itself is $25. I had to go get the light bulb at Walmart, so that was like, you know, an extra $8 or something like that for a couple bulbs. Plus the sleeve was $15. So it's a very expensive. So I guess in essence, if I hadn't had that coupon, it would have cost me like a Scentsy cost. But I had the coupons, and yeah, so it's my favorite one. Like I said, if Scentsy did one of rowing, I would probably buy it because I love rowing. Dat Wax Chick, what is your best performing warmer, and do you prefer electric or tea light? So my best performing warmer would have to be my Bath & Body Works one, but the mainstays ones are great. Again, your lower wattages, you might want to put in smaller rooms. I find that I've made the mistake of putting, just because it was aesthetically, I put one of these warmers in my bathroom originally. And I'm like, holy cow, this bathroom, like I can smell it all through the whole house. Just that one scent I put in there, I'm like, whoa. So switching out for rooms is always good too. So I would normally put smaller wattaged warmers in smaller rooms and larger wattage warmers in larger rooms. But Bath & Body Works one is my favorite. That's just how it is. And I do prefer electric over tea light. I'm trying to do less flame. I want to be able to be in the room, or at least within eyesight of flames. And if I did one in my bedroom or in the bathrooms, I'm not in my bathroom all that often. If it isn't lit out here, when I'm out here, I'm likely not to be burning any tea lights. And I have tons of tea lights in this house. Matthew Earl Fox, sorry. Do you find element warmers degrade? I feel I don't smell much of my wax anymore. I haven't had that happen. I would ask you, Matthew, you know, what is it? How old is the wax you have? What vendor is it? What style of room are you in? Air conditioning on or not? There's so many different factors that can really play into why or why not your wax throws or it doesn't. So it's really individual to where you are, where you live. The wax, I mean, you can have wax that's brand new, and even the vendors say, do not melt or let it cure for X amount of weeks. There are certain vendors, in my own opinion, that do better over time, and others are great right away. So I don't really know about what, I guess, your circumstance. So that is, in a nutshell, everything that I'm going to talk to. I just wanted to do an update video. I'll probably be hauling a new warmer soon when I get to Walmart again. I cannot believe it, you guys. Like, I was just like, are you kidding me? I I had just seen it in my head that it was gonna happen, and I'm not psychic or anything, but I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna break a dish, and it totally happened. Literally here, like right here, right when I was just putting it down on the ground, and the dish fell and it went. At least they're not that expensive. Most of the Walmart warmers are about 20 in Canadian dollars, $24 or less. The Bath & Body Works ones are obviously more and harder to replace at this point. All right, you guys. Yeah, that's everything. As always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.